Hi everyone, my name is Anaí Camarillo, and today I will be presenting on John Dewey and his experiential learning theory. This theory focuses on how students learn best through real life experiences and active participation. Who was John Dewey? John Dewey was an American philosopher, psychologist, and education reformer. He was a leader in progressive education and changed how schools think about learning. Instead of focusing only on textbooks, he believed learning should connect to real life. Dewey believed that learning happens through experiences. Students don't just receive knowledge, they actively build it. He emphasized that thinking develops through problem solving and that education should be meaningful and relevant. A key idea in Dewey's theory is learning by doing. This means students learn best when they are actively involved. Hands on activities are more effective than memorization, and making mistakes is actually an important part of learning. Reflection helps turn those experiences into understanding. In Dewey's view, the teacher is not just someone who gives information. Instead, the teacher acts as a facilitator or guide. They create meaningful learning experiences, encourage students to ask questions, and help them reflect on what they learned. Dewey was a major figure in progressive education. He believed learning should be student centered, active instead of passive, and based on real world experiences. Students learn best when they are involved, not just sitting and listening. Dewey supported inquiry based learning, which is a student centered approach that starts with questions or real world problems instead of just giving students information. This type of learning encourages curiosity, investigation, collaboration, and problem solving. Instead of being the main source of knowledge, the teacher acts as the facilitator who guides students through their learning. A strong example of this is the 5E model, which includes engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. This model helps students stay actively involved and build deeper understanding through each step of the learning process. Dewey believed that experience alone is not enough. Students must reflect on what they do to truly understand it. For example, after a science experiment, students should explain what happened, why it happened, and what they learned. Overall, this helps students connect ideas and build understanding while developing their thinking. Dewey believes schools should prepare students for life in a democratic society. This includes teaching collaboration, respect for different opinions, communication, and shared decision making. Classrooms should be able to function like small communities. Here's an example of Dewey's theory in action. In a plant growth investigation, students plant seeds, change variables like water or light, record data, and explain the results. This allows them to experience science instead of just memorizing it. Now that we've seen how students can learn through hands on science activities like the plant investigation, we can take it a step further with phenomenon based learning. Phenomenon based learning starts with a real world event or issue that grabs students' attention. Instead of beginning with a lesson or textbook, students first observe something and ask questions about it. This approach helps connect different subjects and builds critical thinking skills. For example, I could show my class a video of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Students would observe what they see, ask questions about how it formed, and investigate its impact on the environment. This allows them to explore a real world problem while staying engaged and curious. Project based learning is also connected to Dewey's ideas. Building on real world learning, project based learning allows students to work on meaningful problems over a longer period of time. Instead of just completing assignments, students collaborate, think creatively, and develop solutions. For example, students could work on improving our school's recycling program. They might collect data on waste, interview students and staff, and come up with ways to reduce trash. In the end, they would present their ideas and create a plan to improve recycling. This gives students a sense of responsibility and shows them that their work can make a real impact. Another approach connected to Dewey's ideas is a place based learning, which focuses on using the student's immediate environment as a classroom. This makes learning more meaningful because it connects directly to everyday experiences. For example, students could explore puddles on the school playground after it rains. They might observe how the puddles form, measure their size, or discuss where the water comes from and where it goes. This simple activity encourages curiosity and helps students connect science concepts to something they see in their daily lives. Dewey's approach helps students reach mastery because they apply knowledge in real situations, practice skills, reflect on learning, and connect ideas across subjects. Mastery means being able to use knowledge, not just memorize it. Dewey's ideas are still used in classrooms today, as we saw in the previous examples. We see them also in STEM activities, group work, inquiry based learning, and hands on projects. His influence is still very strong in modern education. In conclusion, John Dewey believed education should be active, social, reflective, and connected to real life. His theory continues to shape how we teach today. Students learn best when they experience learning, not just hear about it. Thanks for watching.